Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL video. My name is FPL Meerkat and today I've got my Game Week 15 review and my Game Week 16 team selection for you guys. Just one more week until the World Cup starts, so let's get straight into the video. So just before we kick off the video guys, I need your help on deciding what I need to do over the World Cup period. I've made a decision that I'd like to make some kind of content over the month that the World Cup is going on, but as I'm not too bothered about winning the fantasy game or not really providing advice on how the game should be played, I'm looking to have a little bit of fun with the game. So I'm going to link a Twitter thread down below that I've made with 6 suggestions about how I could play the game, like a little fun gimmick around the team. So only using specific countries, only using players who are under 21, only using players who are in FPL. Some little fun ideas which I'll link the thread down below in the description, and if you could go and like whichever idea you like the most, have a little bit of a vote there and I'll make videos choosing players with a specific niche just to see how well it goes, just for a little bit of fun. But yeah, if you guys could get involved in that, that would be fantastic. So, on to the Game Week 15 review. It was a pretty bad game week again. It was a catastrophic Saturday, that's for sure. Sunday made it a little bit brighter, but wow, Saturday was absolutely catastrophic with Cancelo getting a red card. As you can see there, 56 points total. I've got a little red arrow this week. I'm still not in the top 1.5 million. Just keep crawling back down and down further. I have seen people get some really good scores this week though and rise up a lot of 100,000 places. So I'm still keeping my hopes up that in this final week I can turn it around through some differential player or some good captaincy choice in the week. So as you can see there, I brought in De Bruyne. We got news that Haaland and Foden were both going to be on the bench. So I transferred out Foden to De Bruyne and captained him. Although that was a good decision in terms of gaining points, it meant that I didn't captain Salah in the end, who absolutely hauled. It would have been great to have had the armband on him, but I'm not too bothered about that because I still got the Salah points anyway. De Bruyne obviously captaining, getting 14. Very fortunate for us to get those points. He wasn't on any bonus and then he got a very dodgy penalty awarded to get an assist and then 2 bonus points, just pipping out Haaland to get the bonus. So yeah, a little bit dodgy there. De Bruyne should have probably come away with 2 points in that game, but we'll take the 7-pointer all day long. A little bit of good luck sprinkled in what's been quite an unlucky season for me. Darwin getting a return as well, really nice, 7 points, similar for him, getting an assist and 2 bonus. Ward, unfortunately, there you can see on the bench, getting a clean sheet again, an absolute monster. I did say in the previous video, I've got a horrible feeling that he'll keep a clean sheet and Raya won't. Raya was definitely the best player on paper, but yeah, Ward keeping another clean sheet there. Andreas as well on my bench yet again, scoring a goal. Now that was just the icing on the cake on what was a horrendous Saturday. Mitrovic not playing, being out of an injury. The only reason I started Mitrovic is because he was on penalties against Man City. What happens? He ends up not playing, and who's on penalties? Andreas. He ends up getting one and scoring it. And as a result, Cancelo gets a red card with -2 points. Absolutely catastrophic there in terms of decisions. I'm really annoyed that I switched Nico Williams and Andreas. I really did not think Andreas would get a goal in that game. And to be honest, he probably wouldn't have if it wasn't for that penalty. So decision making there, I don't think I made a bad choice, but obviously points wise, I ended up getting less because of it. The defence, an absolute horror show apart from Trippier. Who else? Absolute monster again, getting 12 points. But yeah, 0 from Dalot, ends up missing the next game now because he's suspended. Cancelo getting a -2. He's not suspended. This is something I had to clear up earlier this week because I'm one of the unfortunate souls with Cancelo and Dalot. Cancelo isn't suspended for Game Week 16 because he can serve his ban during the Carabao Cup, because the red card, it wasn't for dangerous play, so it's only 1 game, and it's domestic games that includes. However, the 5 yellow card ban that Dalot has received is specifically only for the Premier League, so Dalot will miss Game Week 16. I know that's quite confusing, I'm not quite sure why the rules are like that, but that's how the rules are. So Dallo will miss Game Week 16, Cancelo won't, which makes my benching a bit easier this week. Anderson getting 2 points, Nico Williams getting 1. Basically no clean sheets apart from Newcastle, who didn't actually get a clean sheet, but Trippier got subbed off early again. I think that's the second or third time that's happened this season. The Trippier's been subbed off early, getting a clean sheet, and then Newcastle have conceded. Whether it's because Trippier's gone off that they've conceded, who knows, but very fortunate there to get the points yet again. Rashford and Martinelli also blanking. Honestly, this team was just full of either hauls or no points. So yeah, 56 points overall. Felt like a good score, but it was a red arrow in the end. I saw a lot of high scores around, so well done if you got higher than that this week. But yeah, let's have a look at the Game Week 16 team. So here is the Game Week 16 team. And as you can see there, the big problem with my team at the moment is I do not have Haaland in the team. I currently have 1 free transfer. I don't have 2. And yeah, basically my entire team is going to be dictated by Haaland. Whether I decide to get him back in or not, whether he's going to be fit or not. Man City is going to be the early kickoff again this game week. The servers are probably going to crash again this game week. So unfortunately, I might have to make a decision before that happens, or at least have an idea of what I'm going to do. I think Salah is a really good captaincy choice against Southampton this game week, but obviously Haaland, we know how good he is. He only played half an hour against in Man City's previous game week, and he still got a goal. He still got a goal. He had one ruled out as well. He's on penalties. He's just such a massive threat. So I am terrified going into this last game week without him. But the problem I face is that I can't get him in without taking a hit. I can't move Darwin up to him. I don't have enough money. Can't move any of the other forwards. I'd have to remove either one of Salah, De Bruyne, or Darwin and take a hit to get him in. Or I could take a -8, taking out some of my other players, downgrading my bench, just to get Haaland in. It's a real dilemma this week because obviously the sensible play you'd think would be to get Haaland back in no matter what. But if I'm taking a -8 or a -4 to get Haaland back in, I'm not really going to get... I'm gonna have a red arrow this week. If I get Haaland back in, is basically what I'm thinking. If I get him in and I captain him, there's not really going to be... I doubt I'm going to make up the ground with the other players. It will just be for safety reasons. So in my head at the moment, I am thinking I'm going to go without Haaland for this game week, which, as someone who's previously captained Salah in game weeks where Haaland has smashed it, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible going into the game week without captaining Haaland. So I'm praying that Haaland is not fit for game week 16 by some miracle. I don't think there's been any news from Pep Guardiola yet. But if by some miracle Haaland is not available, then that makes my decisions a lot easier. I might actually do Tony to Alvarez and play him instead. This is currently how the team looks, a 3-5-2. This probably won't be how it stands because I've got 1 free transfer. We all get unlimited transfers next week anyway, next game week that is. So I really do want to take a hit to get someone in. Certainly a better forward because I don't really like the look of Mitrovic or Tony. Mitrovic having his injury problems. I think he's a bit off the ball at the moment anyway. And Tony with that really hard fixture against Man City. Again, we've seen so many players return against Man City, so might not even be the worst thing in the world to play Tony in that Man City game. My ideal transfer this week was to do Raya to Alisson and get a Liverpool defender or, a goalkeeper and just take a punt to get some points. But I just don't know how many points I'm going to gain by getting in Alisson this week. I think I can gain more points by transferring a forward. That's what my head's telling me. I would really like Alisson in the team, and obviously I'd love to have Haaland. But would you guys take a hit to go... So would you take a hit to do Tony to Haaland and De Bruyne down to maybe a Foden if we get news that he starts? I doubt he does, though. Kulusevski is probably who is most on my list for an £8 million mid that I could get by downgrading De Bruyne. I'm not too sure if it's worth the hit to do that, though. I think De Bruyne can still get a lot of points. He actually outscored Haaland last week. Obviously, Haaland had a third of the minutes, but he can definitely get close to the likes of Haaland. Obviously, there'll be weeks where Haaland absolutely smashes it, but yeah, so it's going to be a real dilemma this game week as to what I do. I'll definitely need to wait for Haaland news before I make any kind of moves. I'm definitely going to be playing Ward over Raya. I might make a transfer to swap out for a different keeper. I think there are some good defences this game week. And I'm still currently playing Andreas and Mitrovic as it stands against Man United. Andreas is just such a troll, honestly. Every time I've benched him, he's done really well. I've played him sometimes when he's done really well too, but he just seems to do really well in a lot of the games you not expect him to. So I'm really not too sure about who I'm going to start there. I really don't want to take a hit this week, but if we get news that Haaland's playing, I think I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? I really wish I could. I'd be fine with taking a hit if it was like Tony up to Haaland, and then I could downgrade like Cancelo, but I just don't have enough money in the bank to do something like that. So it would have to be one of the premiums that leaves to get Haaland for a hit. And, you know, the Liverpool and Man City fixtures look great on paper, so I really don't want to do something like that. But let me know if you've got any thoughts about it in the comments below, because I've got a real dilemma on my hands this week. So for the team of the game week, we've got MNM again. The second game week that this team has been featured as the team of the game week. 83 points, a really respectable game week rank of 87k. Super good game week there. Let's have a look at how that happened. Salah captain getting double 15 points to 30. A really good play there by you there, Mohammed. Zaha as well, holding on to him for 12 points. Almiron, who's been an absolute killer for my rank over the past 4 or 5 game weeks. Kane there returning, Haaland returning, Solanke returning. Lots and lots of goals in the team. Very weak in defence. And I will say, I'm amazed that this guy is top of the game week without having Trippier in his team. I'm not too sure if he transferred him out, but yeah, he doesn't own Trippier. And he got 12 points this game week, which would have been a huge red arrow in terms of rank. But he's managed to make it up with the likes of Zaha, Almiron, Solanke, Kane. So many players getting returns for him. And of course, Captain Salah really being the shining star in there. But yeah, a super respectable score here. Akanji as well, a very interesting pick in defence. Definitely haven't seen him in a lot of teams. Johnny as well as a player that I've liked previously. Unfortunately, he's been hit with quite a bit of rotation recently. But yeah, very respectable score there. 83 points, a huge green arrow for you there, Mohammed. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Please like the video if you've made it this far and you're enjoying the content. I'll obviously have my final review for Game Week 16 once the Game Week deadline has, once Game Week 16 has been played. But I would like you guys to sort of get involved with the World Cup content, give your opinions and share the love about what kind of things you'd like to see from the World Cup. I really just want to have some fun with my team. I don't really care about winning the game as it's such a short thing. I don't really want to worry too much about picking the right players. So I just want to have a fun little gimmick around the team and just for something for you guys to come back to and see how I'm getting on with that weird little gimmick team. And maybe if you like some of the suggestions, you can try it yourself with some of the gimmicks I've provided. I'll link the Twitter in the description down below so you guys can vote on which idea you like the best. Go check that out, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next FPL video.